introduction, my name is William Gallagher. I am one of the financial market analysts and specialists here at Market Traders Institute. And over the next 45 minutes, I'm going to be discussing mimicking the Forex experts' trading plans and utilizing trade setups during the European session. I'm going to walk you through the Forex market here today, explain to you what it is, what we do in the Forex market, teach you a quick trading strategy called the London Breakout strategy, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get you up to speed so that on Monday you can actually start utilizing trades plan setups with our professional Forex experts. I'll get to that here in just a second. So let's go ahead, let's get started here. For those of you who are not familiar on how to use that GoToWebinar chat box, I want to make sure that everybody is able to communicate with me. Just take a quick second here. We're going to be sending out information throughout the webinar in the chat box. If you don't see this, click on that tab right here, click on the view tab, make sure that auto hide the control panel is unchecked, because we'll be sending out links throughout the web. I'll be sending you out a link later on today, and I want to make sure that everybody can in fact communicate with me. Looks like a lot of you are able to. So what I want to do is let's go ahead and start off by utilizing this chat box. We have quite a few people in the room here today. Let me ask those of you who are here in the room today, do I have anybody that is brand new to the Forex market? If that is you, type in me, type in new. Give me some sort of indication. I get an idea of who is actually brand new to the Forex market. If you are familiar with the Forex market, just kind of give me some indication of your skill level here. So yeah, it looks like Carl, Leo, France. Wow, it looks like quite a few of you are brand new. Excellent, because I will be walking through. I know many of you are brand new. Maybe you don't even know what the Forex market is. Let's go ahead, let's get started. Let me explain to you what that is today. So thank you, Al, Jack, Chris, Halfiz, Jan, Doug, everybody that did respond there. Before we get started, let me go ahead, let me let everybody know that trading, whether it is in the Forex market or in other markets, there is risk involved. You should never invest money that you can't afford to lose, and you should always trade with what's called proper equity management in mind. Equity management, probably one of the most important aspects of trading, because if you completely wipe out your trading accounts, you are done trading. You're dead in the water. Now, there is no such thing as an undefeated season when you're trading. You may incur losses from time to time, but the key is to keep your profits high and to have minimal losses as you're going along. Now, it is also highly recommended you go through this complete education. You learn these strategies in its entirety, and you begin trading as an educated and knowledgeable trader. Now, also please be advised that anything I share with you here today, I am going to walk you through a trade plan so that when you actually do start on Monday, you actually have a little bit of a trade plan under your belt. But anything I show you here today, when you decide to make a specific trade, you do trade live, well, that decision to make a specific trade is yours and yours alone. So let me go ahead. Reed already gave me a little bit of a formal introduction, but I want to go ahead and give everybody a formal introduction right now. Once again, my name is William Gallagher. I am one of the senior market analysts and support specialists here at Market Traders Institute. Have been involved in trading in the investment market since 1998. Also worked for several financial companies and firms. Also did help start and launch an entirely new financial services company from the ground floor up. Now, more importantly, I am actually a student of Market Traders Institute. It was about 2 years ago. I was in a webinar just like this. Even though I did know about the Forex market, I didn't understand the potential of the Forex market until I actually went through Market Traders Institute's program. So I know many of you are brand new. As we're going through the webinar here today, you might be saying to yourself, well, you know what, William? This is interesting. I want to learn how to do this myself. Well, I'm going to show you how you can get trained by the same people who taught me and thousands of other traders around the world. So before we get started here, let me just go ahead give you a quick introduction to who MTI is. MTI, it is Market Traders Institute. We are an actual financial education institute located in a suburb right outside of Orlando, Florida. Now, we've been around since 1994, and over the last almost 22 years now, have trained over 30,000 students on how to trade. So you see some of the accolades here. Market Traders Institute was nominated for one of 2014 Star Awards for Best Trading Education. Florida Trend Magazine ranked us both in 2014 and 2015 as one of Florida's best companies to work for. And you see down here, it says here, you will never trade alone. One of the biggest perks about our program here, if you can take anything away from it, is that we are here to provide lifetime of education. We're here to provide tools, training, and support. Everything in our belief necessary to be successful in trading this market. Now, one other accolade right here, some of you might recognize this logo right there. Inc. Magazine, Inc. 5000. Well, we received this letter you're about to see on your screen right here from Inc. Magazine. about 2 months ago, letting us know that Market Traders Institute is actually ranked 1,180 on Inc. 5000's 2015 fastest growing companies. So I'm going to show you today why MTI has been able to achieve this, why we've been able to be ranked in the same pedigree as Under Armour, Microsoft, GoPro, Timberland, just to name a few. So stick with me. I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you how we've been able to achieve that here today. Now, not only does MTI have some of the best trading strategies, but they also have some of the best expert Forex instructors and analysts in the Forex industry. Now, one of those specific instructors, I want to make note of him. His name is Joshua Martinez. Many of you may have heard of him before. He goes by the name FX Pathfinder. Now, Joshua Martinez, he is one of our Forex masterminds, and he is one of our product knowledge experts. So let me go ahead and explain to you why you should be listening to him, because he is the gentleman that actually created the strategy that I'm going to show you here today. And I'm going to show you how you can actually trade live with him. Now, Joshua Martinez, he has trained over thousands of Forex investors, turned an initial deposit investment of $500, generated over $39,000 in profit from it. He's made thousands of Forex investments. He's a published author, international speaker. He was just in Vegas about 2 weeks ago speaking there, a professional analyst, and he is a full-time trader. Now, once again, why am I telling you this? Well, he created this strategy. Now, this strategy, it has allowed him to do some unbelievable things in this market. In fact, if you were to pull up his trading account here, you can see here it is third-party verified. You can see here that he has had a gain of over 4,500% in it. Now, like many of you here in the room today, many of you might recognize how his trading account went, because if you were to pull up my trading account as well, he was winning some, he was losing some. He started off trading what's called a mini lot. He was maybe making $3 on a trade, losing $3 on a trade, vice versa, pretty much going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I know some of you probably right here are probably wondering, well, William, what happened right here? Well, what happened right here, this is what we refer to as what's called a tipping point. You can see here what happened here. He hit that tipping point and his trading account took off. Well, the strategy I'm going to show you here today, it has really been able to assist Josh in finding his tipping point. It's also been able to assist some of our students here as well. I'm just going to help you to find your tipping point faster. Now, to give you a little bit more about his credentials here, some of his results here. Joshua Martinez, he has had days where he's made $4,000 in a day. He's made $8,000 in a day with the same strategy I'm going to show you here today, the London Breakout strategy. He told me he made $10,000 in 30 minutes from it. So let's go ahead, let's get started here. What I want to explain to everybody here is that everything I'm showing you here today, it's included in what's called our Live Market Forex Mentorship and Trading Club program. Unfortunately, I think everyone would agree that I'd be doing a huge disservice if I was to come in here and say, hey, I'm going to be able to teach you everything in 45 minutes on how to trade this market. But my goal here today is to get you knowledge. I'm going to give you some education, teach you a little trading strategy, get you up to speed with the terminology so that on Monday, in fact, you see here on Monday, we have our next live market analysis session that we'll be doing with our students. Now, as part of this program, you will get 8 live market sessions a month, 30 days of mentorship from our professional analysts, 30 days of access to our VIP Analyst On-Demand service. This is a service that normally our students have to pay thousands of dollars being part of our Ultimate Traders package. It's included as part of this. You get a one-on-one profit plan consultation call, some ebooks, and some videos. I'll go into a little bit more about this here, but I want to make sure that everybody understands that we're going to make this very affordable for everybody here today. In fact, some of you may have received an email regarding this. It's actually our Black Friday special. Wasn't supposed to go out till next week. Actually, it went out this week, so we're actually going to honor that. I'm going to make this affordable for everybody here today. For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you'll be able to get into this trading club program. So let's go ahead, let's get started here. I know many of you are brand new to the Forex market. I know many of you here, maybe you have heard about the Forex market. Maybe you wanted to tiptoe into it. You didn't simply just want to jump in. Let's go ahead, let's get started here. Let me explain to you what the Forex market is. Let me start by explaining to you what we do in this Forex market. What we're doing is we're trading Forex currencies. I'm going to explain to you what are pips and why do you want them, and how do you actually start trading in this market. So let's go ahead, let's get started. Let me quickly explain to you what the Forex market is. The Forex market, it is the largest financial market with almost limitless financial opportunity and liquidity. In fact, the neat thing about this here, I have one or two of you saying you're having audio issues. Before we get started here, I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Can everybody on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, how good is the audio quality? I'll make sure that everybody, okay, great. So Stella, Maria, those of you that are typing in, I got pretty much nothing but 10s coming in. So if you are having audio issues on your end, I do appreciate the interaction with everybody. If you are having some issues, please let me know. So those of you that are having audio issues, it is on your side here. So let's go back here. Let me quickly explain to you what the Forex market is. Largest financial market. There's actually $5 trillion daily traded in this market. So what that means is that there's a ton of potential in this market for people just like you and me who are looking just to capture a fraction of that. Now, some of the big banks that trade is Bank of America. They actually last year made $2.6 billion in annual foreign currency trading revenue from the Forex market. So another neat thing about this market is that it is very flexible. There are 3 trading sessions that go on daily in this market. You have the Asian trading session, the London, and the US New York trading session. So these trading sessions, they overlap. So the neat thing about this market is that you can actually trade it 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So I want everybody to imagine getting up to speed in this market, learning what the Forex market is, learning how to trade it, and then developing a skill set over the next 30 days so that within 30 days, you're actually live in trading this, whether it's actually in a live trading account or in a demo account. I'm going to show you today how you can actually open up a demo trading account, trade with play money as you're going through this here today. So stick with me. I promise you I'll show you how to do that here today as well. Now, another neat thing about the Forex market, if you were to compare it to other markets like the stock market, in the stock market, there are over 40,000 different stocks that you can trade in the stock market. I was also a stock trader as well. The neat thing about the Forex market is that there's only about 60 different currency pairs to trade. So we have over 21 years of experience here. We're going to show you of those 60 which ones to pay the most attention to, and you get to capitalize on our experience because we're also going to teach you the secrets of trading. In fact, that's one of the biggest things you can take away from my presentation here today is that you don't have to trade all 60. You can actually focus. I actually focus on about 4 or 5 different currency pairs, get to know them, learn the secrets of trading them. In fact, I'm going to show you 6 currency pairs here today that are based off of London breakout strategy as we're going along. So let's go ahead. Let's get started here. I know some of you might be wondering, I mentioned the term PIP. This is something you might want to write down. PIP, it is an acronym. It stands for Price Interest Point. This is what we're trying to do in this market. We're trying to capture what are called PIPs. Now, I'm going to give you a quick overview and explain to you what a PIP is. Now, if everybody here in the room probably understands, you're probably very familiar that a penny, a U.S. penny, it represents 1/100th of a U.S. dollar. So there are 100 pennies in a U.S. dollar. Pretty straightforward. I think most of you, if not everybody, pretty much everybody understands that. But if you were looking for a unit of measure that is smaller than a penny, it would be the equivalent to what is called a pip. Now, a pip, it represents 1/100th of a penny, just like a penny represents 1/100th of a dollar. So if you were to look at this number right here, a penny is represented by the second decimal point. That'd be $1.63. Now a pip is represented by the 4th decimal point right there. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to pull up my charts here, so I just want to give everybody an explanation here how this actually works. Now let me go ahead, let's take this one step further here. Let me explain to you how we utilize pips in this market here. I know many of you here in the room today, maybe you recognize this right here. Maybe you've been to another country, you've utilized what's called a currency exchange kiosk, maybe in a mall or maybe when you land in an airport. Now, let me explain to you how this actually works here. Let's just say that you're here in the United States and you decide to take a trip to Canada. You make that trip to Canada, and let's just say on that day that the US dollar trading against the Canadian dollar, it is $1.32. So what that means is that each one of your US dollars, it is worth $1.32 Canadian dollars. So let's just say that you have 1,000 US dollars that morning. You exchange it for Canadian dollars, they give you back 1,320 Canadian dollars. Pretty straightforward here. In fact, I think most of you would probably agree, pretty straightforward. You just right there just did your first foreign currency exchange. just like that here. Now, let's just say that we spend the day in Canada. We spend the day in Canada, and then when we leave, as we're leaving, in the morning, our US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, it was worth $1.32 Canadian. Well, maybe when we come back that evening, our US dollar versus the Canadian dollar is now worth $1.33. So when we exchange our US dollars for Canadian dollars, we get back $1,330. So we started off the day with 1,320 Canadian dollars, and because of the exchange rate, it went up 1 penny. That means we walked away. Our 1,000 US dollars is now worth 1,010 US dollars. So we just made $10 on that exchange. Not too bad. So that right there, that is about a 1% rate of return. I think most of you agree if you were to do that every single day, that give you over a 300% rate of return each and every year. Not too bad. Now, here's how this works in the Forex market. In the Forex market, as we explained here, that 1 penny of movement, from $1.32 to $1.33, it is worth 100 pips. So we just captured, if you were to actually trade that in the Forex market, you just captured what are called 100 pips. Now, how much is that 100 pips worth? Well, in the Forex market, I'm going to show you some strategies on how this actually works here. You can actually acquire leverage from your broker. Your broker provides this leverage. You can utilize other people's money here. It's kind of like when you buy a house. Many of you, probably if not all of you here, when you buy a house, you don't necessarily, let's say your house costs $100,000. Well, most of you probably don't pay cash for that house. You probably pay a down payment. Maybe it's 20% or whatever it is, and then the bank fronts the rest of the amount. So technically you own the house, but pretty much what you're doing is you're controlling it. That's kind of what we're doing here. So we're not technically owning that, we're simply controlling this as we're going along. So let me go ahead and let me explain to you how this works here. In the Forex market, we trade in units. These units are called lots. You have what's called a micro lot. A micro lot, it is a $20 investment from your trading account. Your broker borrows this. This allows you to place the trade and to generate the pips. Now in this case right here, each pip that you capture, it is worth 10 cents. So your investment is $20, and that allows you to generate a return of 10 cents for each pip that you capture. So that move right there of 100 pips, if you were trading a micro lot, you would have made $10 on that trade. Not too bad. Now, if you were to trade what's called a mini lot is a $200 investment from your trading account. Once again, your broker borrows this, it allows you to place the trade, generates the pips, acts more or less simply like a deposit. Stefan, I'll actually get to that here in just a second. Just stick with me here. Now, a mini lot here, it's a $200 investment. Your broker borrows it. Now, each pip that you capture, it is worth $1. So that movement right there of 100 pips means you just generated a profit of $100. Now, a standard lot, and yeah, Jeremy's asked us, should we be writing this down? Yeah, if you're brand new to this, you should probably be writing this down because this is kind of the backbone, the breakdown of how this market works here. Now, a standard lot is a $2,000 investment from your trading account. Broker borrows, that allows you to place the trade. In this case here, each pip that you capture is now worth $10. So now you can start to see how you can start making money in this market because those 100 pips that you just captured right there, it is now worth $1,000. So if we were to go now back to our currency exchange, if everybody has this written down, if everybody has a screenshot of this, let's go back to that currency exchange. Let's go back to our basic currency exchange right here. We captured 100 pips. Our movement of 1 penny captured us 100 pips. If you multiply that by $10 per pip, if we had a standard lot investment, that means we just generated a $1,000 profit. And if you remember with a standard lot, our investment was $2,000. We just made a 50% return on investment right there. So that's actually how this market works. That's actually how this market works in that we're going to utilize leverage instead of generating a 1% rate of return. Simply going to the kiosk and exchanging it like that, we're going to show you how you can utilize other people's money, in this case your broker's money, and you can generate a much greater return on your investment utilizing leverage. Now, this is kind of a Cliff Notes version of all this. I assure you, when you go through our program, we teach you this in much greater detail. So I know some of you might be scratching your heads, you don't quite get this. That's one of the benefits of getting into that live market trading club program that I'm going to show you here in just a second. They'll be able to walk you through and explain this in much greater detail, actually take you by the hand, walk you through this in much greater detail. So now you kind of have an idea of how the Forex market works. You now understand what the Forex market is. You understand terminology like pips, currency exchange, and leverage in this market here, in those breakdown of the different types of units here. So what I want to do right now is we have about another 25 minutes here. Before we end the presentation, before we get here and I explain to you more details about the trading club, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and teach you a quick trading strategy so that when you do in fact join the trading club on Monday, you already have a trading strategy under your belt. Now, this is just one of the trading strategies we teach in this live program. The London breakout strategy. We teach the Frankfurt 2040 trading strategy. We show Fibonacci's. We go into much greater detail about this, but I want to get a trading strategy under your belt so that you at least have an idea of how this actually works in the actual live market. Now, the London breakout strategy, it utilizes 6 different currency pairs. It utilizes the Great British Pound Canadian dollar. It utilizes the British Pound US dollar. It utilizes the Great British Pound Euro, Great British Pound Swiss franc, Great British Pound New Zealand dollar, and the Great British Pound Australian dollar. So these are the 6 currency pairs we utilize for the London breakout strategy. Now, our goal with the London breakout strategy is we're looking to capture 50 pips with each currency pair per day, utilizing proper equity management as well. So I just want to kind of explain how that actually works here. What I want to do right now is let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up my charts right now. I'm going to give you a quick sneak preview of this London breakout strategy, but I assure you we go into much greater detail when you join our live trading club. So right now you probably should see the 6 different currency pairs that are part of the London breakout strategy. The Great British Pound Canadian dollar, Great British Pound New Zealand dollar, Great British Pound Australian dollar, Great British Pound Swiss franc, Great British Pound US dollar, and Great British Pound Japanese yen. Probably immediately, most of you, without even really having much knowledge about this, you all can probably see that they're all based off of the Great British Pound. So yeah, they're going to be during that London breakout strategy, we're going to utilize the pound currency pairs for it. Now, before we actually jump into the trading strategy, I saw most of you here today, you have no experience with the Forex market. You're probably looking at these charts saying, well, William, what are we looking at right here? So let me go ahead, let's pull up that the US dollar Canadian dollar currency pair. Let me go ahead and explain to you what we're doing in the Forex market here. What you're looking at right here, this charting software that I just pulled up, this is actually the charting software that we provide our students. It is part of our Ultimate Traders package. Those of you that choose to go further through our program, we can get this in your hands. It's like the Rolls-Royce of charting platform. So if you've used other charting platforms, I love it. There's a lot of unique and custom features. Now, one of the custom features we actually do have in here, we have what's called an auto Fibonacci tool. For those of you who are traders, it automatically draws your Fibonacci's for you quickly and accurately. Now, I'm not going to go into Fibonacci's here today. In the live trading club, Joshua or one of our live analysts, they'll go into that here. They'll demonstrate it for you. But just want to go ahead and explain to you, for you traders out there, there's a lot of custom and unique features to this that they'll go into much greater detail about this. Now, one of the things I want to point out in this market is that this market, it moves in waves. As it's going up, it moves in these wave movements just like that. Now, these wave movements are how we can utilize tools like that Fibonacci tool. And I'm just kind of going in here drawing some basics here. How this kind of works is it kind of works like a train. The train takes off, it's going up. I think most of you would agree that this is an upward movement. The train leaves the station. It goes up, 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 just like that. Now, what happens is right here is that it stops to let passengers on. It goes down. Passengers get on. The train starts moving again. And then they get off. And it works like this as the market is going up. And I'm just going to come in here, and once again, kind of like a Cliff Notes version of this, every time the market stops like this, it gives us an opportunity to sell. So ultimately, when the market's going up, we're looking to buy low, sell high. Pretty straightforward. I think most of you would agree. That's kind of the best analogy. It's kind of like a train. You get in low, and it makes stops as it's going up here. Now, Another neat thing about the Forex market is that when the market's going down, you can make money as well. As the train's going down, you do the opposite. You enter the train, get on the train there, the train goes down, you get off here. The train goes back up again, and just like that. Now with this trading strategy here, this is called shorting the market. I know many of you here in the room, you might be scratching your head saying, well, William, how does this work? Well, as the market's going down, we can make money as well. Now, I'm not going to go into that here today. I'm not going to go into explaining how that works. It's called shorting the market. Once again, we'll teach you and show you how to do this. But I just want to explain to everybody that during these wave movements, as the market's going up, you can make money, and then when the market's going down, you can make money in this market as it's going down as well. Now, once again, what we're looking to do in this market is we're trading currencies. In this case right here, I pulled up that US dollar, Canadian dollar currency pair. What we're looking at right here, this is the US dollar, Canadian dollar currency pair. What this means is that the market's going up like that. What this means is that the US dollar is gaining in value versus the Canadian dollar, which is losing. So essentially what we're doing right here is we're taking that kiosk that I showed you before. We're exchanging our US dollars for Canadian dollars, and as this market's going up, the pips are going up as well. In fact, if I were to take out my measuring tool right here, if we were to go to the bottom, and let's just say we go up to where the top is right here, that movement right there was 1,270 pips. Now, if we were to get in right here and get out right there, that would have been 1,270 pips. Now, we're going to teach you a trading strategy on how to take advantage of these wave movements here. In fact, I'm going to show you a very simple strategy right now of how we can capture pips as the market's going up and going down. Let me go ahead and quickly bring up one of these currency pairs right here. And this is the Great British Pound Swiss franc here. Now, as you can see here, as this market's going up, what's happening is that the Great British Pound is gaining in value versus the Swiss franc, which is losing in value. So as the markets go up, making those waves once again, the Great British Pound is gaining in value versus the Swiss franc. Just want to once again kind of give you a Cliff Notes version explaining you how that works here. Now what I want to do is I'm going to teach you a quick trading strategy. I'm going to teach you what's called the London Breakout strategy. I want to make sure that when you join our live trading club on Monday, and Joshua is walking through this, you have at least a little bit of a trading strategy under your belts here. So let's go ahead here. Let me explain to you how the London breakout strategy works here. As I mentioned, there are three different trading sessions. You have the London breakout, you have the Asian trading session, the London session, the US session. What we're going to, oops, sorry about that. Let me come back in here. Let me set this here. So what we're going to be looking for in this London breakout strategy is between 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be looking for the market to form a low or a high for the day. And then what we're going to look for is directional movement coming off of that. So we're going to start off by looking between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. for either the market to pull back and form a low and rally up, or for the market to rally up, form a high, and pull back. We're then also going to be looking for its opposite high or low for the day between 8 a.m. Eastern Time and 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this, explaining this here, but let me just explain to you why this happens. You have the overlap. The overlap from the end of the Asian trading session, the beginning of the London trading session. It creates this directional movement here. So we're going to be looking for directional movement. We have found that each one of these currency pairs, it has what's called an average daily trading range, ADT, of anywhere of plus 50 pips on the low side and over 200 pips on the high side. We've seen movements of well over 200 pips during this directional movement here. So just want to explain to you why we're going after 50 pips per currency pair per day. That's going to be our first base. We can go after more. In our live sessions, our professional analysts will show you how to go after more. But I just want to teach you a quick trading strategy here today. Very simple trading strategy of how we can go after 50 pips off of each one of these currency pairs per day, based off of looking for that initial high or low in the morning. Now, we're going to be looking for the opposite high or low between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. The reason for this is because you have the end of that London trading session, beginning of the New York trading session here. And during our live trading club, you'll actually get to trade live with Joshua Martinez or one of our professional analysts during the London trading session, and you'll get to trade during this U.S. trading session as well. I'll explain that here. So I'm going to teach you this trading strategy. They'll actually be walking you through this in that live trading session here. Now, as you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and just quickly walk you through and show you that directional movement here. I'm going to come back in here. Let me delete some of this here. If you remember here, we're looking for directional movement between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Well, if you look right here, here is our 3 a.m. candle right there. In fact, we're basing this trading strategy off of the 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time candle. I'll get to that here in just a second here. So if everybody can see here, we had directional movement. The market went down. In fact, that movement right there was about, that was about 118 pips. Now we had directional movement going up, 123 pips. We had directional movement going up. That right there, once again off that 3 a.m. candle, 98 pips. And then finally right here, directional movement coming off of that 3 a.m. candle of 133 pips. So our goal is we're simply going after 50 of those pips. Let me show you a quick trading strategy showing you how to do this here. In fact, Grame, I'm actually going to show you that here in just a second here. So once again, I don't have a lot of time to go into a lot of detail explaining the details, intricacies of this trading plan. But let's go ahead, let's get started here. Oops, sorry about that. Let's zoom in on this candle right here. This is one of the recent trades right here. You can see here, this is from 2 days ago, November 18th at 3 o'clock a.m. To answer Grame's question right here, we're going to be looking for the close of that 3 a.m. candle. So essentially what we're doing is we're starting at 4 o'clock a.m. Now, once again, in our live trading club, we're going to be in the session here. You're going to have Joshua Martinez. You have one of our professional analysts walking you through the market here, showing you what's going on in the market here. But let me just go ahead and show you this quick trading strategy here, and they'll be able to take you by the hand and walk you through it here. At the close of that 3 a.m. candle, we're going to come in here, and we're going to be, setting one pending buy order 10 pips above this high. So we're going to come in here, let's see, 10 pips above that high is going to be right about there. That's going to be our entry buy right there. Oops, entry buy. The entry buy, it's going to equal plus 10 pips above the high of the close of that 3 a.m. candle. So hopefully, Grami, that answers your question right there. Now, we're also going to come in here. We're also going to set a pending order 5 pips below the low of that candlestick right there. So right here, 5 pips below is going to be right there, just like that. So our entry sell is going to equal minus 5 pips below. Now, once again, I'm kind of just rushing through this here. I just want to kind of get this under your belt so everybody kind of has an idea of how this works here. So both of these are pending orders. We're not actually in this market right now until the market either rallies up, triggers our entry buy in our broker's platform, or it triggers our entry sell. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens here. In fact, actually, Travis is asking a good question here. Travis is asking about the white and the blue candles. For those of you who are brand new, let me just give you a quick explanation. Here's what I want you to write down. White means that the market is going up. White means the market's going up. Dark blue means the market is going down. So I just want to go ahead here. So Wayne's saying which candlestick? The close of the 3 a.m. Wayne, right there. There's the 3 a.m. We're waiting for the close of that candle. So what happens here? 4 o'clock, we place these 2 pending orders. Let's see what's going to happen. 1 hour later, the market rallies up, triggers that entry buy right there. That entry buy now, that just became a market buy. Meaning that we're now actually in that trade. It got triggered. We're now in this market believing that we believe this market, that directional movement. For those of you wondering how we can figure out which way this market's going, I now have an educated opinion that I believe that directional movement is going that way. Just want to go ahead and explain to everybody how that works here. Let me go ahead and delete that. I'll quickly delete this here. Let's delete that right there. So we're buying into the market. We believe this market's going this way. Now, our first order of business is to come in now. We believe this market is going to give me that directional movement going that way. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete the opposite order. Now, my next order of business is to come in here and set a stop loss. Once again, we're going to use proper risk management. What that means is that the stop loss means that if the market were to go against me on this trade, I am risking about 41 pips. So there's my stop loss. Now, once again, it's a little bit different when you're selling the market, but stop loss when buying is going to equal at the low of that 3 a.m. candle. Now, once again, in the actual live trading sessions, they'll go over this with you. They'll explain to you the difference between buying and selling. Just want to go ahead and explain that here, but we're buying into the market. Our stop loss here, we're risking 41 pips. Now, does everybody remember what our first base target was? How many pips minimum are we looking to go after here? How many pips minimum do we believe this market's going to move in one direction? Yeah, Chrissy got that right. Travis got that right. Emmanuel, yeah. Kwame, Wayne, yeah. So our goal here, our target is going to be 50 pips. So right there. So target is going to be 50 pips. So that's 1.5496. So 1.5496 right there. So my target is going to equal a minimum of plus 50 pips. Now, once again, I don't have a lot of detail to explain to you how we go after more, but in this case right here, in the live sessions, our live professional analysts will show you how you can go after more. Because if you remember, we're looking for a minimum of 50 pips. This could trend. In fact, if you look at that trend right there, look at that right there. That was 133 pips. So I just want to show you how to go for 50 pips. Let's come in here. Let's see what happens here. The market starts going a little bit sideways. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 hours later, the market rallies up, hits our target right there, our 50 pips. We just captured 50 pips on that trade. If we were trading with a mini lot account, you just made $50 of profit on that. If you were trading with a standard lot account, you just made $500 of profit in 6 hours of trading. How many of you would be okay with that? How many of you feel that this is something you would love to learn how to do? In 6 hours, you're making, maybe you're trading a mini lot, $50, standard lots, $500. Yeah, a lot of you, Wayne says yes, Travis, Emmanuel, yeah, a lot of you are saying yes, definitely here. Now, this was just one currency pair. We're going to show you how to do this off of 6 different currency pairs. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to walk you through all this here, so I see a lot of you saying yes here, but I want you to imagine this. We're doing this off of 6 different currency pairs each and every day. Now, here's the thing, though. I just taught you the trading strategy. You're not going to want to do this on each and every currency pair every day because it doesn't work out. In our live sessions, we're going to show you how to do that, show you how to capitalize on this, and we're going to show you which ones to go after. Now, right there, 50 pips per currency pair per day, you have 5 opportunities each and every week off of each one of these currency pairs to do this. So this London breakout strategy, that's going to give you 30 opportunities each and every week to capture 50 pips off of each one of these currency pairs. How many of you think that you'd be able to be successful on 1 or 2 of these trades each and every week? Type in a me, type in a yes if you think out of 30 different opportunities you'd be successful once or twice each and every week. Well, if you're successful once and twice each and every week, that's 100 pips each and every week on the low end. And once again, you're going to be trading live with our live professional analysts here. Now, the London breakout trading strategy, this is only one of the trading strategies we're going to teach you during the live trading club, the live mentorship and trading club. Let me show you some of the results that some of our students have got. In one of our live trading sessions here, we captured between 120 and 140 pips in one session. Our analysts came back and said our students made anywhere between 120 and 400 pips. This is simply looking at what we would have been able to do here. James says, what was our stop loss? Our loss would have been 41 pips, James. So we traded with more than a 1-to-1 risk ratio. They'll go into much greater detail about that, showing you proper risk management on those trades as well. Let me go ahead and show you another one of our sessions here. In another one of our sessions, our students made between 90 and 130 pips. Now, once again, this is simply listening to what the professional analyst is telling you during the live trading session. Now, once again, You're going to have Joshua Martinez. He's had days where he's made $4,000 in a day, $8,000 in a day. He's made $10,000 off of that same trading strategy, and he's going to be teaching you in the live trading club here. Now, here's the thing is that here's what some of our students have done. You see here, Peter Cook says, I did Josh's Great British Pound Australian dollar. It took me to the limit, just as Josh said. I did not move my stop or fiddle with my plan. It was good for 80 pips. Peter Cook benefited from that. Jason Stewart here had his first $10,000 single trade. Great British Pound Australian dollar. He thanks FX Pathfinder, if you remember, that's Joshua Martinez. Samson here, using that 20-40 trading strategy that I told you about, he made 18,000 pips in 1 week. So we're going to teach you and show you how to do this here in our live market trading hub. Now, I see a lot of you asking some good questions here. Let me show you here how you get enrolled into that mentorship club. What you're going to do is I'm going to send you out a link here in just a moment here. You click on the link, you enroll into the program today. Over the weekend, if you do not have a live trading account set up, or if you want to trade with a free demo account, I'm going to show you how you can actually trade with a free demo account during these live sessions here, so you can actually use Play Money here. In fact, you can do that this weekend. I have used my brokers. I'm not allowed to recommend a broker, but if you want to, Forex.com, FXCM, two of the ones. I'll go back and I'll bring that back up here in just a second here. Now, on Monday morning, you can attend Josh's live market analysis session where he's going to be walking you through the market, looking at trades that he's looking at placing for the week. Then on Thursday, you can get into a live market session where he's going to be actually doing that London breakout trading strategy with you, walking you through. You'll be actually placing trades live as he takes you by the hand and shows you how to do this. Now, as I told you at the beginning of the webinar here today, my goal, my 30-day goal, is that within 30 days, you're going to be up and trading live here. Now, as part of this live trading club, you're going to get 8 live market sessions per week, interacting with Joshua Martinez, with some of our other professional analysts as well. The next live session is coming up on Monday. You're also going to get, as a free bonus, you're actually going to get live daily access to our VIP Analysts on Demand. Normally, our students, they pay thousands of dollars as part of a larger package to get access to this. It's going to be part of this as well. Over the weekend, you're also going to get 4 bonuses. You're going to get access to the Analysts on Demand. You're going to get the Introduction to Currency Trading video lesson, so you can get up to speed, get an idea of how this works here. You're going to get a free profit plan consultation call and the 10 Keys to Successful Trading ebook. So over the weekend, you can read the ebook, go through the video lessons, get up to speed, so that on Monday, you can get started here. Now, the best thing about this is that you don't have to take my word for this. You're going to get a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go through this. Once again, if in 30 days, if you do not see the value in this, if you're not making money from this program, if you're not trading live, no worries, we will give you every single penny that you invest into the program. Now, I see some of you asking, how much does this cost? How do we get enrolled? Well, typically, our students pay $297 month after month to be part of this program as part of the monthly trading club program. You're not paying that here today. We normally will give a discount of $147 to $147, save you 50% in these live sessions. We're going to do even better than that here today. Typically, we would do $87 as your risk-free guarantee investment into this here today. But as I told you, we have that Black Friday special. We're going to do something even better today, ladies and gentlemen. How does $27 for your first 30 days? Do you think it would be worth it to spend $27 to learn how to trade with a live professional analyst here? So for those of you who are saying yes, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send out that link to everybody in the room right now. And once again, for $27, you're going to get access to this live trading club for the first 30 days. And within those first 30 days, you can make your decision. You get a full 30-day money-back guarantee if you do not see the value in it. So I went ahead, I sent that link out to everybody here in the room. If everybody can click on that link, that is the first step as part of the process here. You're going to click on the link, register for the trading club. Get locked in. It's only going to cost you $27 for today. Now, you're then going, after you get set up, you're going to set up your live trading club. You're going to register for that live session on Monday, and then you're getting to Josh's live trading session on Thursday. Once again, our 30-day goal, I think everyone would agree, is it worth $27 to tiptoe into this market? Have a live professional walking you through the market. Go ahead doing this here. So go ahead, click on that link, and if anybody, if you're having trouble with that link, go ahead and let me know, because I have about 2 more minutes here before I get done here. I want to make sure that everybody takes advantage of this. This is our pre-Black Friday special. Unfortunately, we go here It's good for the first 30 days, Judith. It's good for the first 30 days. So $27 for the first 30 days. And when you click on the link, it goes into much greater detail about this. You're going to get the live market here. Samir says, what if I can't go to the live trading room club? Here's the neat thing about this is that if you can't attend live, all these sessions are recorded. You're going to get those 8 live sessions either live or you get the recorded versions. You're going to get here. Yeah, Susan said, okay, yeah, Susan brings up a good point. Thursday is Thanksgiving. A good point, Susan. Yeah, unfortunately on Thanksgiving, I believe, you know what, Susan, let's pull this up here. Let me go ahead here. I'll pull that up here. Here's the actual live market trading club. Okay, it says we have one here for the 24th. Susan, you bring up a good question. I'll have to find out about that. I don't know if we're having one on Thursday morning. I'll have to see if I can find out. But you'll get VIP access to the Analyst on Demand, and so on and so on. So on that note, I have one more minute here. Does anybody have any questions here? Here's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, I've run out of time. I'm going to pull up the link one more time. If anybody did not receive the link, I'm going to send that link out one more time to everybody here in the room. Oops, sorry about that. Oops. I'm going to send that link one more time. Now, here's what I'm going to do. If everybody, Jamie says the link does not open here. Oops, let me send that out one more time here. Is anybody else having trouble with the link? If you want to, type in that you're having trouble with the link. I sent the link out one more time to everybody. Sandy didn't get the link as well. Look for it in your chat box, Sandy, because I want to make sure everybody gets this here. So unfortunately, I'm out of time. Here's what I want to do here. What I want to do is, if you register here today, because I've run out of time, if you go ahead, you click on the link, let me know that you've registered right now. I will take your email address, and I will personally be your guide as we're going through